Hi, this is Lindsay, and let the art journaling for 2018 begin. So if you saw my previous video, you saw that I have this 1960 vintage gardening book. It is called the New Illustrated Encyclopedia of Gardening, and this one I chose, I believe this is like the first one in the series. It has the garden calendar and then A beginning with A to art and Greystone. And of course, since it's an art journal, I chose this one for myself. I thought it was awesome. I had 3 that I put up in my Etsy shop in case you wanted to buy one and art journal along with me in it through the year, and junk journal. I'm going to use a lot of junk journaling principles since that's really what I'm comfortable with. I'm learning art journal techniques. I know a lot of junk journal techniques. So we'll be melding them together, molding them together into this book. I'm new to art journaling, so if any of you see something I'm doing wrong, I mean, there's no right or wrong, but if you see a way I could do it better, please comment below throughout the videos because I'd love to learn from all of you as well. I have one of these left in my shop, so if you want it, grab it quickly. And maybe it won't even be available by the time this video is up. I'm not sure. But, okay, so here we go. The cover. I love this vintage. It kind of has a texture feel to it. I love the colors. I mean, it's just beautiful. So I want to leave most of that. However, I did type up on my computer on just 20-pound copy paper a couple of things that I'm going to cut out. The year, 2018, my name, my word for the year, and my verse for the year. The verse for the year will do on the inside. Confidence, I don't know if I'm going to put that on the inside or outside. That's my word for the year anyway. So if you want to do this as well, I just opened up a word processor. You can open up any word processor, and then you can go on Google and search. I'm pretty sure I got it from Font Squirrel. That's the name of the website, and I love using that because they have free fonts that you can, most of them, if not all of them, you can also use commercially. But this one is called 1942 Report. And it looks like a 1942 typewriter. And I thought that was nice and vintage. I love the way it looks. So that's what I'm going to be using when I type stuff out for the journal. However, I'm going to be using a lot of my own handwriting and stuff like that as well. But if you want to do that, all I did was type out, you know, this, and then we're going to just cut it or rip it up and put it in the book. So we're going to start with 2018. I'm going to grab my scissors here and just cut out the year. And a lot of this is just experimenting. Do not be afraid to make mistakes because mistakes are part of our journey. And, you know, things don't have to be straight. They don't have to come out right. It's just, there's times when I've done not last year, I think it was the year before, I did kind of an art journal traveler's notebook type thing. And this is a dark green ink here. I'm going to be inking the edges. I love inking. Anyway, so I did like a traveler's notebook, art journal, Bible journal, art journal type thing. And I didn't think it was very good when I was doing it. When I go back, I do see how far I've come and how much I've learned, but I still love looking at it just the same. So I'm going to go ahead and take a glue stick just to position it where I want, but I'm going to put some Mod Podge over it so that it's a little bit sturdier since it's going to be on the cover. This is just to hold it in place, and I'm going to put it up here in the corner right there. And then let's see, get my name out here. And I went for my whole name since that's kind of what I'm known by in the journaling community and in Etsy and all of that. I'm Nevermore Creations, but a lot of people just refer to me as Lindsay Zenor since that's my YouTube channel. So that's what I went for. And I think I'm going to do my name there at the bottom. Okay, and so then I'm going to grab my dark green ink again. Also, do not be overwhelmed. Do not be intimidated. If you have a ton of craft supplies that you have been hoarding, then just pull out like I did. Here, let me pull the camera down here and show you what I have over here. I just grabbed some things from my drawers that I'm going to be using for the cover and the inside page. And just kind of try to stick with what you pulled out. I mean, if you need something or you remember something, sure, go ahead and grab it. But it's a great way to use up stuff, to use the things that you've been loving, put them in something. Okay, so now I have that. And as far as my word of the year, I think I'm going to put that inside. I just like how this looks right here. I also have a couple of buttons that I pulled out, and I want to try to use them. I have a little bee and, I don't know. Maybe I should have. I think that's cute there. Okay, so now see that? I just realized I did not grab my, oh, but I see I have gold thread in this drawer. I have a little drawer set right here. Oh, my husband's M&Ms. This is our kitchen counter. I have a little drawer set right here where I'm filming, so I try to keep some stuff in there. I just found some gold thread that was left from a project, so I think that'll work really well. I love to thread my buttons. I just think it gives it such a finished look. And since I bought 11 pounds of buttons on Etsy, I have no excuse to not use up buttons. All right, there we go. And then these buttons have the little loops, and you can just cut those off with a pair of scissors to make them a little bit flatter. This one's harder. There we go. Okay. And then I'm probably going to have to go back and use my Gorilla Hot Glue to make sure these are on. But for now, I'm going to use the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue there. All right. Because it does hold pretty well. All right. Just make sure you use enough. So we're going to use the little bee button like the bee is flying. And then this yellow flower and orange. And I love to be focusing on something now besides Christmas and fall, kind of looking toward the spring and the summertime, for sure. All right, I'm probably gonna have to use hot glue to make sure that those stay and they don't come off, because we're gonna be going, yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna make sure they're hot glued on. Okay, if I would have let the Tombow glue dry, I think it would have held okay. But I have had problems with buttons before, but ain't nobody got time for that. So I just went ahead and added the Gorilla Glue, and now it, you know, they will stay on. So here's my cover, at least for now. I may add things to it as I'm inspired, but that's how I'm going to start out the cover, simplicity. Now we're going to look at this blank canvas. This has me so excited. I'm not very good at art journaling, and I know it's a lot about layers, but I'm really excited to get started with this. So I'm going to take my word of the year, which is confidence, and get that set where I want it. This will probably just end up looking more like my junk journals, but than an actual art journal. But art journal or junk journals are a form of art journals, in my opinion. Here we go. And you do not have to do a word of the year. I just felt like it, so I felt like it would be a good frame of reference or point of reference when I'm not sure what to art journal about. I can journal about this word. Oh, and I didn't add the Mod Podge to the cover. I'll do that at the end. I might not even need to. That really glued down well. And here's a Bible verse. It's Isaiah 30:15. And I love the part where it says, "In quietness and in confidence will be your strength." So you can also just use quotes from Pinterest. Type in confidence quotes if you're not doing a faith-themed one. And my whole journal won't be faith-themed. I just wanted this first page at least to have a verse. And I love this verse. Okay. So I'm going to put this down here. You know, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Okay, I also have some lace that I want to put here on the inside so it peeks out on the cover. And I'm going to, let's try the wider end on this. I've never used the wider end. We will just put that all on here. All right. Got to be mindful of the time, or I'll have to break it up into multiple videos. My phone doesn't like to go over like 15 minutes. All right, here we go. Again, if I used the hot glue, this would go down a lot easier, and I just don't have an outlet here that it's plugged into. All right, I'm going to cut that off. Doesn't want to stay. It will. It will. And so I thought the green, of course, goes good with the gardening theme, but it really looks vintage. I don't think this is actually vintage lace. It's from the Matt's Lace and Trim Company on eBay, where I get my lace remnants. But here's how the front will look. So I think that's awesome. And yes, I'm going to go use the hot glue because this is driving me crazy again. So, ta-da, it is on there. Here's how the front looks then. I love that. Okay. All right, so now for some layering. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm not really teaching you. I have some stencils here. I'm just kind of showing you some of my thinking. I have some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist, and this is actually the Color Coffee Shop, and I think I mixed some coffee, actual coffee with it, so it will go a little bit further, but just going to kind of, oh, it's really blotchy. You know, there's no right or wrong way, which is absolutely awesome. And I use this old t-shirt for blotting up and cleaning off the stencil and everything. There we go. I'm going to use this paper under here, so if it leaks through, we have an extra page. That's pretty. I like how that came out. I have some little butterfly stencils, and I am going to take, oh, let's see here. I have some orange Glimmer Mist. That's pretty. And I'm just going to spray a couple of the butterflies on. You could use a sponge and ink or color it in, or however you want to do it. Dab it off and just a little hint of butterfly. And then I have the Distress Spray Stain in Cracked Pistachio, and this sprayer doesn't work, so it kind of comes out. Of course, I'm going to tell you it doesn't work, and for the first time in weeks it's worked. Here. And then I'm just going to rub over it with the t-shirt, kind of make a green-ish background. I have a little Tim Holtz piece of ephemera here. I'm going to ink it up. I don't know what I'm doing before I do it. I just do it. But that's what's so fun and relaxing about art journaling, is you do whatever you want with no pressure. You're not selling it. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to do what you love, what relaxes you, and you try to learn. Because I've seen videos on, I mean, I've done a little bit of art journaling, but I've seen videos on art journaling. I've seen pins on Pinterest about art journaling, and yeah, I just want to try some of the stuff out. So I've got that. Okay, so now, oh, maybe I want to use this. Okay, so at Goodwill, I found these little Rolodex card. It's like a translucent, I don't know, it's for holding Rolodex cards. And I have this blue index card, and I thought it looked really neat putting it in there and like writing information on it. So I'm not really sure where I want to put it. Maybe up here. We'll see if... I forget to talk out loud because I'm thinking. So if I'm quiet, nothing's wrong with the video. I'm just thinking. So what are your favorite art journaling supplies? Whether ones that you have and they're tried and true, or ones that you're hoping to get and use this year. So I just glued that down, and now I have this index card that I can, you know, write on or something. I have these vintage decoupage flowers that I want to use that I think are really pretty. So I'm going to use the pansy. I'm going to try to watch a lot of art journaling videos this year because I want to incorporate more art journaling techniques into my junk journaling. Let's see here. I don't think I'm going to write on this yet because I'm not sure exactly what to say. But that's going to go there. All right, so I don't know if there's anything else I really want to do. Let's see, I have a little bit of washi tape here. I thought about adding a couple bits and pieces. Just because. I'm not very good with the layering. I stopped too soon. It's okay though. It's about experimenting. It's about having fun. Here's some orange chevron. Just kind of build that up too. I think that would be fun. And maybe even one of the green squares up at top. I like that. All right, and so then I can journal something in there when I'm ready to write something. And I know there's more that can be added here, but this is where I'm going to stop for this video. We may come back and do more because I don't think art journaling has to necessarily go perfectly in order. I think that it can, you can go back and add stuff, and I think that's really neat. So let's go back to the cover and add a little bit of Mod Podge because I did notice it was coming up a little bit. So I'm just going to paint some Mod Podge over this and then be done for now so that this can dry and I don't have to worry about it coming up. All right, and then down here where my name is, the cover you definitely, you know, would want to be durable. See, this is already coming way up. And I think it doesn't like to stick to the textured book. The book almost has like a little bit of a coating to it. And I think that the glue stick really wasn't strong enough to hold to that. All right, so I hope that all of you enjoy this and that you can either purchase the last book I have available, well, if it's still available, because this video is being recorded on Sunday and probably will go live on Tuesday, is my guess, because I have the Junk Chunk kit from Jessica, that video tomorrow. Anyway, this is probably going to go live Tuesday, and so I do not know if that will still be available, but you can check the link below, and if not, then pretty much any book that you want. Try to choose one that's fairly sturdy and that you think will hold up to adding stuff to. We're going to try to not put anything too bulky on the inside, but, you know, as a junk journaler, I don't think I can keep to that resolution. And I think this is pretty strong. We can always reinforce the spine if we need to. We can always add a closure if it gets chunked up too much. So please join my Facebook group, Nevermore Creations, Junk Journals, and Friends. And let me flip over the video. So how do I do that again? One-handedly. I can't. Okay. I was going to flip it over so you could see. Whoa, I'm like making you dizzy. So you can see my baby. I don't know if you can see him. Say hi. Anyway, I don't know if you saw them or not. My camera's acting weird and I'm one-handed. Anyway, so join my Facebook group and post pictures of the book that you're going to be using for the art journaling challenge that I'm doing this year. And post pictures of your pages and what you've worked on. I'd love to see them. I'd love to learn from all of you because I'm new to this. So have a lovely 2018, and we'll get into the next video on this shortly.